Alright guys and girls, welcome to the video, and this video we are learning object oriented or a Pythonic approach for KNN classifier. In the part 1 what we did is basically, that is tutorial number 7, or I'm sorry, tutorial number 8. We basically made the entire KNN classifier. I taught you how to choose the K value properly by uploading this. So in this video, we'll be doing a more Pythonic way. For those people who are more advanced in Python, we'll be creating classes and objects and methods and attributes. So let's get started. So first of all, we need to import certain libraries. I'm not going to explain you because we already did this example. So essentially, those are the only libraries I'm copy pasting it, right? So I expect you have been through those videos, right? So first of all, we need to do is create an object. I'm gonna create a skeleton, right? So define the constructor. After that, we're gonna define a function to pre-process the data. Alright, once done with that, we will define our model. After that, we need to train the model. We need to test the model. And at the end, we need to download the report. So that's it, and we are essentially going to copy and paste the code that we just wrote above. Essentially, we have done all of these, right? So I don't need to explain those steps. Just want to show you how to put everything together. So the first step is pre-processing the data. So we need to return the train test split data. So I can do this. I have been through these steps, right? On the top, just showing you what we did. So essentially, X data, we did train test split. So the same thing, but an object oriented way, right? Now I'm gonna call an attribute inside the constructor so that I can access it from anywhere, right? So here you can see self.process, and this is an attribute, not a method. So if I say something like this, like round bracket, that's a method, but if I do this way, it's an attribute because I'm saying property decorator, right? So I can use this from anywhere, right? So just doing that, this function will be called in a constructor whenever you create an object. By default, it will do the pre-processing, right? Then we need to create a model. So let's do that. It's pretty hot today, by the way. So creating a models, right? Then we need to train the model. But the first thing before training is we need to call the model in our default constructor so we can access the model attribute anywhere in the class. So, right, so done that. So we need to train the model, right? So we say model.fit, right? But this is a class, so we're gonna say self.model.fit, right? Pass in the data. Similarly for the test, if you agree with me. All right, once done with that, the classification report and the confusion matrix that we are doing from last 8 videos, which is the same. I don't need to explain this as well. Then here comes the little important stuff. So now in this, we want to choose the K value first. So we need some kind of a method to do that. So I'm going to write that one because that's a little different. So let's write that. So I'm going to say define choose underscore K underscore value self So the first thing that I need to do is iterate over the value. So of course this method would take a value. So similarly what we did here, essentially the same code, right? The same thing, but a more object oriented way. So for I in range 1 to value, and for that what do I need to do? I need to create the model, fit the model, test the model, and calculate the error. That's what we did in the last part, so make sure to watch that. So and this I need to create a list to append the error, so I'm going to do that in the constructor. Right, so that's done, and at the end we just need to plot. That's done. Now we can run the class, so let's do that. So to run the class, I'm going to create an first of all, let me show you what I'm trying to say. So I'm gonna not do the train first. I'm just gonna say choose value, because we want to choose the value of the k, right? So I'm gonna call that function. So if I run it, so we have a small issue. We say name NN is not defined because we have not run this cell. So now if I run it, alright, so it looks like we can choose a k value about 35 to 40. So let's say 36. So that should be fine. So now I'm gonna use 36 from the graph, right? So it looks good. So let's do that. Run the model. So we have about 80% accuracy here, you can see, and the confusion matrix. So this is tutorial number 9, an object-oriented approach for KNN classifier. And in the next class, what we will do is, let me show you, we are going to do support vector machines. So essentially SVC with Python scikit-learn. So thank you for watching. That will be tutorial number 10. I have questions, and please post them in the comment section. Would definitely get back to you once I get time. Thank you for watching.